Hello, explorers. Have you ever wondered how learning a new language can transform your life? It's not just about words and grammar. It's about discovering a key that unlocks countless doors of opportunity. Today on Native Explorer, we're going to journey through the incredible power of language learning and how it can reshape your future. When you master a new language, you gain more than just communication skills. You gain the ability to connect with millions of people, access better career paths, and experience the world in ways you never imagined. No matter what dreams you have, language skills can help you achieve them. It's a lifelong gift to yourself, one that keeps giving back every day. So let's discover together why language learning is so powerful and how it can create a brighter future for you. Learning a new language connects you to the global community. With over 7,000 languages in the world, each one opens doors to unique cultures and communities. Popular languages like Mandarin, Spanish, French, and Arabic are spoken across multiple countries and continents. When you speak another language, you can navigate foreign places with confidence. Imagine walking through the markets of Morocco, ordering food in a small restaurant in Tokyo, or making friends at a cafe in Paris. Instead of feeling lost, you feel at home wherever you go. Languages also dominate the digital world. Most online content is available in just a handful of major languages. By learning one of these languages, you unlock millions of websites, videos, and social media connections that were previously out of reach. In today's connected world, language skills are highly valued by employers. Major international organizations like the United Nations, World Bank, and countless global corporations seek multilingual employees who can bridge cultural gaps. Think about this. If you speak two languages, you're not just one person, you're essentially two people in the workplace. You can communicate with twice as many clients, understand twice as many markets, and solve problems from multiple cultural perspectives. For example, if you work in customer service and speak both English and Spanish, you can serve millions more customers than someone who speaks only one language. If you're in international business and speak Mandarin, you can directly negotiate with partners from the world's second-largest economy. Language skills also make studying abroad more accessible. Top universities around the world might require proficiency in their local language or in English. By mastering these languages, you open paths to world-class education and global networking opportunities. Every language contains unique knowledge and perspectives. When you learn a new language, you gain access to original books, research, films, music, and art that might never be translated. For instance, by learning Japanese, you can read manga and watch anime in its original form, catching cultural nuances that get lost in translation. If you learn German, you can read philosophical works by thinkers like Kant and Nietzsche as they were originally written. The internet is also filled with content in different languages. YouTube videos, podcasts, and blogs in other languages might contain exactly the information you're seeking, whether it's cooking techniques, travel tips, or scientific discoveries. Languages help you form genuine friendships across cultural boundaries. When you speak someone's language, you show respect for their culture and create an immediate connection. Social media platforms and language exchange apps make it easier than ever to practice with native speakers from around the world. You might start with simple conversations about hobbies or daily life, but these can blossom into deep friendships that last a lifetime. Think about attending an international event or traveling abroad. When you can speak the local language, you're no longer just a tourist. You're someone who can participate in community life, understand local jokes, and share meaningful conversations. Learning a new language transforms your brain and expands your worldview. Scientists have discovered that bilingual people often demonstrate better memory, stronger problem-solving skills, and greater cognitive flexibility. When you learn how different cultures express ideas through language, you gain new perspectives on life. Concepts that don't exist in your native language can reshape how you see the world. For example, the Danish word hygge describes a feeling of cozy contentment that has influenced how people around the world think about well-being. The personal growth that comes from language learning extends beyond just communication skills. You'll develop patience as you navigate the challenges of expressing yourself in new ways. You'll build resilience each time you overcome the fear of making mistakes. And you'll cultivate a deeper appreciation for the nuances of human expression. Think about how it feels when you successfully express a complex thought in your new language for the first time. There's a unique sense of accomplishment that comes from bridging cultural gaps through your own efforts. This confidence transfers to other areas of your life, making you more willing to take on new challenges and step outside your comfort zone. Many language learners report that they develop stronger listening skills and greater empathy. When you struggle to express yourself in a new language, you gain perspective on what others experience when they're trying to communicate in yours. This understanding fosters patience and compassion in all your interactions. The best way to begin learning any language is to focus on the most common and useful words and phrases. Research shows that just 1,000 words can help you understand about 80% of everyday conversations in most languages. Begin with simple greetings and expressions you'll use daily. Hello, thank you, excuse me, I would like. These basic building blocks will give you the confidence to start real conversations right away. Label everyday objects in your home with their names in your target language. This visual reminder helps cement these words in your memory through daily exposure. For example, put sticky notes on your door, window, chair, and table. Consistency is the secret to language learning success. Even 15 to 20 minutes of focused practice each day will yield better results than cramming for hours once a week. Start by talking to yourself in your new language. Describe what you're doing as you go about your day. I am making coffee. I am reading a book. The weather is nice today. This builds your speaking confidence even when no one is listening. Create a language journal where you write a few sentences every day. Start with simple entries. Today I went to the store. I bought apples and bread. The weather was sunny. As your skills improve, your entries will naturally become more complex and nuanced. This written record also allows you to look back and see your progress over time. Use the time block method to ensure consistent practice. Set specific times in your day dedicated to language learning. This might be 15 minutes during breakfast, 10 minutes on your lunch break, and 15 minutes before bed. When language practice becomes a regular part of your daily routine, it feels less like work and more like a natural habit. Find a language partner who shares your interests. This could be a friend who's learning the same language, an online language exchange partner, or a native speaker in your community. Regular conversation practice with real people accelerates your progress dramatically. Begin with simple sentences that follow basic patterns. Instead of trying to translate complex thoughts from your native language, build from patterns you know work. I like. Kaartje. Where is? Taxi. I want to. Turn. As you become more comfortable, you'll naturally begin creating more complex sentences. Another effective technique is to create sentence trees. Start with a basic sentence stem and practice adding different endings. For example, with I go to, you can practice I go to the store, I go to school, I go to my friend's house. This builds fluency with common sentence structures while expanding your vocabulary. Listening is the foundation of language acquisition. Children learn their first language primarily by listening for years before speaking fluently. Find audio content that matches your current level. Beginner podcasts, language learning YouTube channels like ours at Native Explorer, and simplified audiobooks are excellent starting points. As you advance, try watching TV shows with subtitles in your target language. The shadow technique is powerful for improving pronunciation. Listen to a short audio clip, then play it again while speaking along with it, mimicking the exact sounds, rhythm, and intonation of the native speaker. This trains your mouth to form unfamiliar sounds correctly. Vocabulary growth happens most effectively when words are learned in context, rather than as isolated items on a list. Group words by themes that matter to you personally. If you love cooking, learn kitchen-related vocabulary. If you're a sports fan, learn terms related to your favorite activities. This makes vocabulary more relevant and memorable. Use the spaced repetition technique to review words at increasing intervals. Apps like Anki or Memrise use this scientifically proven method to help you review words just before you're likely to forget them, making learning more efficient. Create mental associations or stories for new words. For example, if you're learning the Spanish word gato, cat, you might picture a cat with a gate. These mental hooks make vocabulary stick more effectively. Conversation practice is where all your skills come together. Start by preparing for specific situations you're likely to encounter. Role-play common scenarios, ordering in a restaurant, asking for directions, introducing yourself at a meeting. Practicing these situations beforehand builds confidence for real-world interactions. Learn question and answer patterns that help keep conversations flowing. What do you think about? How often do you? Why do you like? Questions are conversation engines that keep interaction moving forward. Don't fear mistakes. Embrace them as learning opportunities. Native speakers appreciate your effort to learn their language more than they care about perfect grammar. In fact, making mistakes and receiving corrections is one of the fastest ways to improve. Find ways to make your target language part of your everyday routine. This creates natural, consistent exposure that accelerates learning. Change the language settings on your phone, social media accounts, or favorite apps. This forces you to learn new vocabulary in context as you navigate familiar interfaces. Create dedicated language environments in your life. Maybe your morning coffee routine becomes Spanish time, or your commute is reserved for French podcasts. These language zones help your brain switch between languages more easily. Find hobbies or interest groups related to your target language's culture. Cooking classes, dance lessons, film clubs, or cultural festivals provide authentic exposure to language in context while making learning more enjoyable. Learning with others accelerates progress through shared motivation, resources, and feedback. Local language groups meet in libraries, community centres, and cafes in most cities. These provide structured practice with guidance from experienced learners or native speakers. Online communities on Discord, Reddit, or language-specific forums connect you with fellow learners worldwide. These platforms offer accountability partners, study resources, and answers to specific questions. Language exchanges pair you with native speakers of your target language who want to learn your native language. You spend half the time helping them and half receiving help, creating a mutually beneficial relationship. Language learning is a marathon, not a sprint. Understanding the natural timeline helps you stay motivated. Set realistic milestones. Understanding simple conversations in 3 months, having basic exchanges in 6 months, and achieving conversational fluency in 1 to 2 years, depending on the language difficulty and your study intensity. Track your progress through regular self-assessments. Record yourself speaking early in your journey, then again every few months. The improvement will be obvious and motivating. Celebrate small victories. Your first full conversation with a native speaker, understanding song lyrics, or reading a paragraph without looking up words. These moments of success fuel your motivation to continue. Once you've achieved conversational fluency, traveling becomes an entirely different experience. Instead of being limited to tourist areas, you can explore authentic neighborhoods, make local friends, and experience daily life as residents do. Mastering a new language is one of the most challenging and rewarding accomplishments possible. The confidence gained from this achievement spills over into all language skills, help you navigate transportation systems, read menus at local restaurants, and understand cultural etiquette. This deeper level of travel creates memories and connections that last a lifetime. Many travelers report that speaking the local language leads to special treatment, discounts at markets, invitations to family meals, and access to hidden gems that tourists rarely discover. Language fluency allows you to form deep connections across cultural boundaries. These relationships enrich your life and broaden your perspective on the world. Cross-cultural friendships help you understand different worldviews, traditions, and values. This understanding fosters empathy and open-mindedness that benefits all your relationships. In multilingual families, language skills help you connect with relatives from different cultural backgrounds. Many people learn languages to communicate with grandparents, in-laws, or to preserve cultural heritage for the next generation. Professional networks expand dramatically when you can communicate in multiple languages. These connections can lead to job opportunities, business partnerships, or mentorships that might otherwise be inaccessible. Mastering a new language is one of the most challenging and rewarding accomplishments possible. The confidence gained from this achievement spills over into all areas of life. The process of making mistakes, learning from them, and continuing forward builds resilience. You develop comfort with being uncomfortable, a valuable skill in any challenging situation. Each successful conversation in your new language reinforces your ability to overcome obstacles through persistence. This mindset of growth becomes a powerful approach to other life challenges. Many language learners report feeling like they have a second personality when speaking their new language, often one that's more outgoing or expressive than in their native tongue. This freedom can be liberating and confidence-building. Professional opportunities multiply when you speak multiple languages. In an increasingly globalized economy, this skill set distinguishes you from competitors. Many positions offer premium pay for bilingual or multilingual employees, from customer service representatives to international sales managers. This salary differential can add up significantly over a career. Some career paths are only possible with specific language skills: diplomatic services, international journalism, translation, interpretation, global marketing, and many roles in multinational corporations. Remote work opportunities expand when you can communicate with teams across different countries. This flexibility allows you to work from anywhere while collaborating globally. Research consistently shows that learning additional languages provides significant brain benefits throughout life. Bilingual and multilingual people often demonstrate better multitasking abilities, stronger memory, and enhanced problem-solving skills. The mental juggling required to switch between languages strengthens cognitive control. Studies suggest that regularly using multiple languages may delay the onset of dementia and Alzheimer's disease by 4 to 5 years on average. The mental exercise of language switching creates cognitive reserve that protects brain function. Language learning enhances your ability to focus and filter out distractions. The practice of concentrating on specific sounds and meanings trains attention in ways that benefit many other activities. Deliberate listening practice accelerates comprehension skills dramatically. Here's how to make the most of it. Start with content specifically designed for language learners, where speech is slower and vocabulary is controlled. Gradually progress to authentic materials as your skills improve. Use the intensive listening technique. Listen to a short clip multiple times. First for general meaning, then for specific details, and finally to analyze grammar and vocabulary. This multi-layered approach builds deep comprehension skills. Practice active listening by predicting what might come next in a conversation or story. This engages your brain more fully than passive listening and improves your ability to follow natural speech. Reading builds vocabulary and grammar knowledge in context. These approaches make reading practice more effective. Begin with graded readers, books specifically written for language learners with controlled vocabulary and grammar. As you progress, move to children's books, then young adult fiction, and finally, authentic materials. Try the extensive reading approach. Read large quantities of easier material for enjoyment rather than studying difficult texts intensively. This builds fluency and motivation while naturally reinforcing common language patterns. Use parallel texts that show the same content in both your native language and target language. This allows you to compare structures and quickly grasp meaning when stuck. Speaking is often the most challenging skill to develop, especially without immersion. These techniques help overcome common barriers. Record yourself speaking and listen back critically. This helps identify pronunciation patterns that need improvement and builds awareness of your speech habits. Practice speaking at different speeds. Slow, careful speech builds accuracy, while pushing yourself to speak quickly develops fluency. Both approaches are valuable at different stages. Learn connected speech patterns, how words flow together in natural speech. For example, going to often sounds like gonna in everyday English. Understanding these patterns dramatically improves your comprehension of natural conversation. Regular writing practice consolidates your knowledge and builds precision in your language use. Keep a daily journal in your target language. Start with simple entries about your day and gradually increase complexity as your skills develop. Participate in language exchange apps where native speakers can correct your writing. This feedback helps you identify patterns of errors and make targeted improvements. Study model texts in your target language before attempting to write similar content. Notice structural patterns, transition phrases, and vocabulary choices that you can incorporate into your own writing. Successful language learning requires regular practice over time. Here's how to build habits that last. Link language practice to existing daily habits. For example, listen to podcasts during your commute. Practice vocabulary while waiting for coffee. Or read for 15 minutes before bed. Use the don't break the chain technique. Mark each day you practice on a calendar and try to maintain an unbroken streak. This visual reminder builds motivation and consistency. Vary your practice activities to prevent boredom. Alternate between listening, speaking, reading, and writing. Switch between structured study and fun activities like watching movies or playing language learning games. The right digital tools can significantly enhance your language learning journey. Spaced repetition apps like Anki or Memrise optimize vocabulary review by showing you words just before you're likely to forget them, making learning more efficient. Speech recognition tools compare your pronunciation to native speakers and provide feedback for improvement. Many language apps now include this feature to help refine your accent. Language exchange platforms connect you with native speakers for conversation practice through text, audio, or video chat. These provide authentic practice opportunities regardless of your location. AI conversation partners are increasingly sophisticated options for practice when human partners aren't available. These tools can provide unlimited practice opportunities at any time of day. Immersive virtual reality applications now allow you to practice language in simulated real-world environments. You can virtually order at a restaurant, navigate a market, or check into a hotel in your target language. These realistic scenarios build practical skills in a low-pressure environment. Browser extensions can turn your everyday internet browsing into a language learning opportunity. Some tools translate portions of web pages into your target language, gradually increasing the percentage as your skills improve. Others highlight words you've previously studied when they appear on any web page, reinforcing vocabulary in authentic contexts. Specialized podcast apps designed for language learners let you slow down speech, view transcripts, and save new vocabulary with a single tap. These features transform passive listening into active learning. Don't overlook simple technology tools like the voice recorder on your phone. Recording yourself speaking and listening back helps you identify areas for improvement in pronunciation and fluency. Comparing recordings from different points in your learning journey can also provide powerful motivation when you hear your progress. Clear, motivating goals keep you engaged in the language learning process. Connect language learning to specific life goals. Communicating with relatives, advancing your career, traveling independently, or accessing cultural materials you love. Break your journey into achievable milestones. Understanding a TV show with subtitles by month 3, having a 5-minute conversation by month 6, reading a simple book by month 12. Create experience goals rather than just skill goals. Order a meal in the target language at a restaurant. Make a friend who speaks only your target language. Attend a cultural event and participate in the conversations. Every language learner faces obstacles. These strategies help navigate common difficulties. The intermediate plateau occurs when progress seems to slow after initial rapid improvement. Combat this by varying your learning activities and seeking more challenging, authentic materials. Language anxiety, the nervousness many people feel when speaking a new language, improves with exposure. Start conversations with supportive partners and gradually expand to more challenging situations. When motivation fades, reconnect with your why, the personal reasons that made you want to learn this language. Watching videos about the culture, planning a trip, or connecting with speakers can reignite your enthusiasm. Recognizing achievements maintains momentum throughout your language journey. Document your progress by recording yourself, speaking at regular intervals. Hearing the difference over time provides powerful motivation to continue. Create personal milestones to celebrate. Your first dream in the new language, successfully telling a joke, or having a conversation without mentally translating. Share your journey with others through language learning communities online or in person. Their recognition and encouragement provide external validation of your progress. Before we wrap up, let me share what makes our Native Explorer approach different from traditional language learning methods. Our philosophy centers on natural acquisition through meaningful exposure, similar to how you learned your first language. First, we prioritize comprehensible input, content you can understand about 80% of, with just enough challenge to push your growth. This sweet spot keeps you engaged without overwhelming you. Start with content designed for beginners, then gradually work up to authentic materials made for native speakers. Second, we emphasize language chunks, rather than isolated vocabulary. Instead of memorizing single words, learn common phrases and expressions. In my opinion, as far as I know, I couldn't agree more. These pre-built language blocks help you sound more natural more quickly. Third, we encourage cultural immersion alongside language study. Cook recipes from the culture while following instructions in your target language. Watch films about the country's history. Listen to popular music and try to understand the lyrics. This holistic approach makes language learning more meaningful and memorable. Fourth, we believe in personalizing your learning journey. Focus on vocabulary related to your specific interests and goals. If you're learning for business, prioritize professional terminology. If you're learning to connect with family heritage, focus on conversational phrases and cultural expressions. When language learning aligns with your passions, motivation stays strong. Learning a new language is one of the most rewarding journeys you can undertake. It transforms not just how you communicate, but how you see the world and yourself. The benefits extend far beyond the practical advantages in travel and career. They reshape your thinking, expand your community, and open doors you might never have known existed. Here at Native Explorer, we believe that language learning is for everyone, regardless of age, background, or previous education. The human brain is naturally designed to acquire languages throughout our lives. With the right approach, consistent practice, and supportive community, you can achieve fluency in any language you choose. Remember, every expert speaker was once a beginner who made countless mistakes on their path to fluency. The most important step is simply to begin, and then to continue showing up day after day. We're excited to be your guides on this adventure. The world is waiting to hear your voice, in whatever language you choose to speak. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button right now. It really helps our channel reach more language learners like you. And don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss our weekly language learning videos. I'd love to hear from you in the comments below. What language are you currently learning, and what's your biggest challenge? Share your experiences. Our Native Explorer community is all about supporting each other on this journey. I personally read every comment and try to respond to as many as possible. In our next video, we'll dive deeper into effective listening techniques that train your ear to understand native speakers even when they talk quickly. We'll also share our favorite resources for finding level-appropriate content in 12 popular languages. Remember, explorers, language learning isn't just about reaching a destination. It's about enjoying the journey of discovery along the way. Every word you learn, every conversation you have, and every cultural insight you gain enriches your life and expands your world. So take that first step today, or if you've already begun, keep moving forward with confidence. We'll be right here to support you every step of the way. Thanks for joining me on Native Explorer today. If you enjoyed this video, there are 2 more right here that I think you'll love. Until next time, this is Lily from Native Explorer, reminding you that every language journey begins with a single word: happy exploring.